He doesn't just star in blockbusters. He is the blockbuster. A one-man economy valued at over $1 billion isn't just the story of a movie star. This is the story of the last great movie star, the empire of Tom Cruise. Chapter 1. From Struggle to Stardom. Thomas Cruise Mapother IV was born in 1962 in Syracuse, New York. A boy with dyslexia, an unstable home, and few resources. He lived in poverty, often bullied, and changed schools more than 10 times. But here's where fate twisted. Acting became his escape. By 18, he was in New York auditioning with nothing but ambition. In 1981, he got a bit part in Endless Love. The face barely noticed in the credits. But 2 years later came Risky Business. Sliding across the floor in a shirt and socks, Tom Cruise didn't just enter pop culture, he became pop culture. By 1986, Top Gun exploded. $357 million at the global box office. And Cruise was no longer a kid from Syracuse. He was Hollywood's newest obsession. Chapter 2. The Art of the Deal. The 1990s weren't just about starring roles. They were about strategy. While other actors took flat fees, Cruise pioneered a different model, back-end deals. Instead of $20 million upfront, he chose smaller salaries with a cut of profits. In 1996, he founded Cruise Wagner Productions with Paula Wagner. Their first project? Mission Impossible. Tom didn't just star, he produced. He negotiated ownership of the franchise itself, and suddenly every sequel wasn't just a paycheck, it was equity. By the late 90s, Forbes estimated his annual earnings at over $70 million, an unheard of figure at the time. Chapter 3. The Billion-Dollar Mission. Since 1996, Mission Impossible has grossed more than $3.5 billion worldwide. And Tom? He's pocketed more than $500 million from the series alone. But money isn't the only hook. Stunts are the marketing. Hanging off planes, scaling the Burj Khalifa, motorcycle free falls, Cruise does them all himself. Why? Because it guarantees billions in free publicity. Insurance companies refuse to cover them, so Cruise personally finances the risk through his own company. Imagine betting your own life for box office. That's not acting. That's empire building. Chapter 4. The Last Movie Star. In 2022, Top Gun Maverick didn't just succeed, it saved theaters after the pandemic. $1.49 billion worldwide. Cruise's personal cut? Roughly $100 million. No other star today commands that kind of payday. Compare Leonardo DiCaprio, $30 million a film. Robert Downey Jr., $75 million at his Marvel peak. Cruise still stands alone, decades later. When asked why he takes these risks, he once said, "I make movies for the audience. If I can't give them my best, I don't deserve them." Chapter 5. The $200 million Real Estate Gambit. Wealth this large can't just sit in a bank. Cruise has invested heavily in property. His crown jewel? A 320-acre estate in Telluride, Colorado, valued at $45 million, complete with its own private airstrip. In Beverly Hills, he sold his legendary compound for $40 million. Across the UK and US, his real estate portfolio is estimated at over $200 million. Chapter 6. The sky is not the limit. While most actors fly business class, Tom Cruise commands his own fleet. Rumors often link him to the $70 million Gulfstream G650, the crown jewel of private aviation. But in reality, Cruise is known for owning a Gulfstream 4, a vintage jet still worth around $20 million. This isn't a standard jet. It's customized with a home theater, luxury seating, and even a jacuzzi. He doesn't just use it to reach film sets. He uses it to fly home for dinner. And let's not forget, Cruise isn't a passenger. He's a licensed pilot. From fighter planes in Top Gun Maverick to helicopters in Mission Impossible Fallout, the man in the cockpit is often Cruise himself. Chapter 7. The $20 Million Garage. From Ferraris to Bugattis, Rolls-Royces to rare motorcycles, Tom Cruise's collection is valued at more than $20 million. A Bugatti Veyron alone can top $100 million. But the truth is, his garage is more than luxury, it's practical. Cruise is obsessed with speed. His motorcycles aren't just showpieces, many of them are the same ones he rides in his films. That BMW in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation? His. The Kawasaki from Top Gun? Also his. When asked why he risks his life for these stunts, Cruise once answered, "Because when the audience sees it's real, they lean forward, they believe." Chapter 8. The Media Storms. No empire is without scandal. For Cruise, the 2000s became turbulent. The infamous Oprah Winfrey Show couch-jumping moment turned him into late-night comedy fodder. His outspoken defense of Scientology brought waves of criticism. The fallout was real. Paramount briefly ended its partnership with him. Studios worried about his image. For the first time, the unstoppable star looked vulnerable. But here's the difference. Where other stars crumbled under controversy, Cruise recalibrated. He doubled down on the one thing Hollywood couldn't deny: his ability to deliver box office gold. Chapter 9. The Reinvention. The 2010s saw Tom Cruise rebuild his image. Edge of Tomorrow became a cult sci-fi hit. Mission Impossible Fallout shattered expectations, hailed as one of the greatest action films of all time. Then came 2022, Top Gun Maverick. A film delayed by the pandemic. Some said it would flop. Instead, it grossed $1.49 billion worldwide, became the highest-grossing film of Cruise's career, and was credited with reviving the movie theater industry itself. Industry insiders now call him the savior of cinema. For Cruise, it was more than a hit. It was proof. In a world of franchises and streaming wars, one man can still sell tickets on his name alone. Chapter 10. What comes next? There's been speculation about more Mission Impossible films, but Tom Cruise himself has said it clearly. The final reckoning is final. It's not called that for nothing. Still, Cruise isn't slowing down. He's already lined up major new projects. First, an untitled film by Oscar-winning director Alejandro Iñárritu, set for 2026. A dark comedy about human nature, starring Cruise alongside Sandra Hüller, Riz Ahmed, Jesse Plemons, and John Goodman. Then there's Broadsword, a World War II action thriller directed by Christopher McQuarrie, with Henry Cavill and Marion Cotillard joining Cruise on screen. And Beyond Earth itself, his long-rumored space movie, a collaboration with NASA and SpaceX that could make Cruise the first actor to shoot a narrative film in orbit. When asked if he ever thinks of retirement, Cruise laughed. "I'll stop when I'm dead. Until then, I make movies." From a dyslexic boy in upstate New York to a billionaire mogul with jets, mansions, and the most successful action franchise in history, Tom Cruise proved one thing. He isn't just surviving in Hollywood. He is Hollywood. Agree? Comment below. And don't forget, subscribe for the next billionaire deep dive. Coming up, Leonardo DiCaprio.